Bom dia a todos. Senhor Vereador, Dr. Eduardo da Quinta Nova, President of Amayur, Dr. Joaquim Jorge, Dra. Ana Teresa Lujo, Dr. Carlos Ventura, Dr. Pedro Ribeiro da Silva, Dr. João Carvalho das Neves. My apologies if I don't pronounce the names correctly. And a bigger apology for speaking in English in Portugal. Please forgive me. I'm hoping that what I say will reach out to your spirits and your souls, so the language will hopefully not be a barrier. But if you want me to ask the lady to translate, I'll be very happy. I want to begin by saying that as the Ambassador of India, I receive many invitations to come and speak. But very few such invitations are as humbling as this one. Because although officially I'm the Ambassador of India to Portugal, I think Dr. Joaquim Jorge, all of you who are seated at the dais, and all of you who are seated here, are the real ambassadors of my country. Because you are spreading the deepest, the most profound messages of my country, which is Indian philosophy, Indian spirituality. And for that, I want to say a very big, heartfelt thank you to all of you here today.
Eu gostava de vos agradecer a todos por estarem aqui hoje, porque de facto vocês é que são os verdadeiros embaixadores da Índia, porque estão a promover esta medicina dentro de Portugal e do mundo.
And I say this not just for the promotion of Ayurveda, but I have known Dr. Joaquim Jorge for some time now, and I believe that he's not just a doctor, but somebody who epitomizes the deepest truths behind Ayurveda. And I'll give you an example. I just met him a few days ago in my office by chance. He was supposed to bring an Ayurvedic doctor to meet me. The Indian doctor did not come, but Dr. Joaquim came to see me. And he said, you know, I live in Sintra and my family used to have hotels. And I said, oh, I have 5 young Indian students who are interning at Penelonga Hotel and they're not able to find an apartment. And he said, no problem, I'll help. And for 4 weeks, we were struggling to find a place, and in 24 hours, thanks to Dr. Jorge, they have found a house, and they're very, very happy. I think this spirit, where you connect even with a stranger, even with people whom you don't know, and you want to help them, that is the true essence of Ayurveda, yoga, Indian spirituality. And I would like to thank Dr. Jorge and everything that he's doing for going beyond Ayurveda.
Então, está a agradecer ao Dr. Joaquim Jorge, que é o presidente da Amayur, por realmente encarnar também este papel da Ayurveda, por ser a pessoa que é também, também por ter ajudado há uns dias atrás, quando tinha marcado uma reunião no seu escritório. O Dr. Joaquim tinha que vir com um médico indiano que não chegou a Portugal, mas o Dr. Joaquim foi lá, teve um encontro com a senhora Embaixadora e, pronto, na conversa chegaram a perceber que havia alguns estudantes que precisavam de alguma ajuda, precisavam de encontrar um apartamento e estavam com muitas dificuldades já há várias semanas a arranjar esse sítio para os estudantes indianos ficarem cá. E então o Dr. Joaquim conseguiu em 24 horas dar um apoio e resolveu aí uma situação muito desconfortável para eles. Então a senhora Embaixadora está a agradecer imenso essa ajuda, que de facto este é o espírito da Ayurveda, é o espírito daquilo que esta medicina promove, o espírito de entreajuda, mesmo para pessoas que não conhecemos de lado nenhum e que podemos fazer algo para o bem-estar delas.
I'm here today as the Ambassador of India, but I'm also here as a fan of Ayurveda and a practitioner of Ayurveda, because when I was about 17 years old, I was diagnosed with something called polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS. It's unfortunately very, very prevalent in India now. Almost 60% of young girls have this problem. And I remember I went to an allopathic doctor, and he said, well, there is no treatment for this. You know, you have to take a pill, a tablet every day. And if you're lucky, someday you may have children. Otherwise, with the seriousness of the PCOS in you, I don't think you'll have children. And he told me this again when I was about 21 years of age. And for a girl, for a woman, can you imagine what a tragedy it is at the age of 20 to be told that you can never have children? So I went to my Ayurvedic doctor in my hometown called Hubli in Karnataka, and she said, don't worry, forget about what the doctor told you. And she gave me a bottle, a medicine, and she asked me to take it for about 5 or 6 months. And she also asked me to exercise a little bit for the metabolism. And I'm happy to tell you that I had a child within 12 months of my marriage, and have 2 boys today, and they are the biggest source of joy in my life. So as a mother, what can be more important and what can be a better gift than my 2 children, thanks to Ayurveda? So I'm very, very grateful to this traditional Indian medicine system for giving me my children. And I also want to share that about 2 years ago, before coming to Portugal, because in Delhi, we sit at our desk, we don't exercise much, you're working 12 hours a day in the foreign office, very bad lifestyle. The thyroid levels had dipped, and the doctor said, this is a very common problem in India. Almost 65% of Indian women take thyroid supplements every day. So no problem, just take a tablet every day for the rest of your life till you die. And I was like, oh my God, this doesn't sound good. So I went back to my Ayurvedic doctor in my hometown, and she said, don't worry, just take this Ayurvedic medicine for 2 months, and everything will be okay. And I'm happy to tell you, it's been 3 years now, everything is absolutely normal. And so I'm here today not just as the Indian ambassador, but as someone who truly believes in the power of Ayurveda.
Ok. Então, a senhora embaixadora estava a contar que hoje está aqui não apenas como embaixadora da Índia, mas também como alguém que acredita plenamente na medicina ayurvédica, que ajudou a ela mesma com vários problemas que teve, desde os 17 anos que foi diagnosticada com ovários policísticos, e a medicina alopática não lhe conseguia dar nenhuma solução para isso, inclusivamente disseram-lhe que não vai poder provavelmente ter filhos, e ela resolveu ir visitar o seu médico ayurvédico na aldeia onde mora, e o problema ficou resolvido, e hoje em dia tem 2 filhos lindos, e ela agradece imenso esse presente que recebeu da vida e da medicina também ayurvédica. Mais tarde também houve outro problema que ficou resolvido da mesma forma, e então a senhora embaixadora está imensamente grata a essa medicina, e está cá também como amiga e como alguém que experimentou e viu os resultados na sua própria vida.
But I believe that Ayurveda is beyond healing just the body. It's about healing the mind, the body, and if I may use the word, the soul, the spirit. So when I see all of you here, I don't see you only as healers or doctors. I see you as people who are raising the level of consciousness in this world. Because when you go to a normal doctor, an allopathic doctor, he treats the organ of your body that has a disease, at the most the whole body. And nowadays some doctors say there is a body-mind connection. but they don't go beyond that. And you here know that we also are energy, a vibration that we share with the rest of the universe, with all living things, even non-living things. And today even scientists say that we are all just made of atoms which are vibrating at different frequencies. We are all made of the same 5 elements, the Panchabhutas. And Ayurveda looks at disease as a disharmony between these elements of our body, which also include the energy auras, not just the body or the mind. And Ayurveda believes that this disharmony comes from imbalance in the 3 doshas due to the activity of rajas or tamas, which is the basic impulses in human beings. And the remedy is to raise a state of imbalance and disharmony into a state of harmony, or sattva, or sattvic state, where everything is in balance. And how does this happen? Because in the sattvic state, in India, we believe that you begin to realize the energy within you, who you really are. You realize that you're more than the body, you're more than the mind. You are this force of energy inside, which is the same as the energy everywhere around us. So if we are made of the same energy, where is there a separate ego? How can there be disharmony? If you and I are made of the same energy, how can I fight with you? How can I not be kind towards you? How can I not include you as part of myself? How can I not be in harmony with the universe, with the cosmos, and with myself? And then there is no disease. You never have to go to a doctor. So this, to me, is the essence of Ayurveda, using the human body as a pathway to spirituality, to a state of higher consciousness, where you no longer have disease, simply because you are in harmony with whatever is happening around you, simply because you're not depending on your happiness or peace on the external situation.
O que está a dizer é que, de facto, a essência do Ayurveda não é apenas tratar do nosso corpo físico, mas também estarmos em harmonia pronto, dentro de nós e também com o universo à nossa volta, porque, de facto, somos todos praticamente, e então nós não devemos ter estas discórdias, não deveriam existir discórdias entre nós, porque, de facto, são estas discórdias que vão acabar por criar doenças e problemas. E então, quando nós estamos em harmonia, então todo mundo está bem, todos estamos de boa saúde e estamos felizes. Penso que é isso.
Sorry if that is hard to translate. And why do I believe that it is inevitable that sooner or later Ayurveda will become a part of mainstream biomedicine in the world? I just heard the wonderful words of the Vereador, where he said that you're going to build a new hospital where you'll also include alternative medicines, right? And I know the mayor, Dr. Basilio Orta, very well. He's a dear friend of mine, great supporter of India. I have no doubt that hospitals like the one that will come up in Sintra are just the beginning. Sooner or later, the world needs Ayurveda, the world needs alternative and holistic treatments. Why? Because today, if you look at America, more than half the population of the United States is on depression medication. More than half. They're all taking antidepressant medicines. And it's amazing because we are living in the most peaceful of times in human history, the most comfortable of times in human history. Poverty is at the lowest. Wars are at the lowest in known history. And yet, more than half the population is depressed. Why? Because we have forgotten who we really are. We believe that this is me, this body, Nandini, my name, my identity, the role I play, I'm ambassador, and my mind, what my mind tells me, all the conditioning I have, what my parents have taught me, what my school has taught me, what my colleagues are telling me. I'm limited to just this. And then life is always going to be super stressful because you are just the mind now, and the mind is like a monkey that jumps from one branch to another, right? And the mind is ego. I have to keep proving to the world that I'm relevant, I'm important. How do I do that? I always compare myself with others to find ways to show myself that I'm better. I have more money, I'm better looking, I'm more important. So my sense of self-worth is coming from outside, not from inside. And happiness is also coming from outside. I think if I have a new car, if I have more money, if I have a wonderful husband, I'll be happy. And as Buddha says, none of this is permanent. If I'm looking for my husband to make me happy or my children to make me happy, that's very, very impermanent. So ultimately, we have to move beyond the mind. We have to realize, go inside and realize that we are the same energy that exists everywhere in the universe, and we take responsibility for our happiness. The lake that the energy represents, we are constantly connected to that sense of peace and stillness and spaciousness that embraces everything in the world. Then whatever happens in the outside world is like a ripple on it. Rajas, tamas. You look at it as a drama that is unfolding you with a sense of detachment, not letting the lake be perturbed, be ruffled. And this is what Ayurveda tries to do through different practices like sattvic food, drinking alkaline water, what I saw outside, sleeping early, waking up early with the sun, yoga, meditation. So frankly, in the stressed out world that we live today, I see no option but for people to turn more and more towards the reality of who we are. And I want to thank all of you for making that happen. Maybe they don't need a translation.
I'll just, okay, vou só resumir praticamente. Portanto, hoje em dia estamos a viver um mundo em que a pobreza está nos mais baixos níveis possíveis da humanidade, mas mesmo assim nem sempre estamos felizes. A maior parte da população encontra-se com baixos níveis de felicidade, nesse caso. E porquê? Porque estamos muitas vezes desconectados entre o nosso interior e aquilo que está à nossa volta, e estamos à procura desta felicidade, em vez de procurarmos cá dentro, estamos à procura dela lá fora. E não devemos fazer isso, devemos nos concentrar naquilo que está dentro de nós, porque é aí que se encontra a chave, dizemos assim, da nossa felicidade e do nosso bem-estar.
Okay, I'll close now. I know you have many other speakers, but I just wanted to say that in this incredible work that each one of you is doing, please count on the support of the Indian Embassy in Portugal. As a token, we have got some books on Ayurveda and yoga for you, and I have requested Dr. Joaquim Jorge to let us know what other books on Ayurveda you would like to get from India. We will make every effort to get them. We are also talking about publishing a book on Ayurveda in Portuguese. And I know that a few of you have even come from the Azores Islands. So, if any of you is planning to celebrate the International Day of Yoga on the 21st of June, the embassy would be very happy to support you. So, whether these are meditation classes or yoga or Ayurveda, please count on us, please reach out to us. I'm going to leave a few of my visiting cards with Dr. Jorge and his team. Please feel free to write to me. Anything. It could be something very small, it could be something very big. I'm not promising that we'll be able to do everything, but I promise you that I will personally look into it. We will try our best to support you in any which way we can.
Okay. A senhora Embaixadora vai oferecer alguns livros de yoga e da Ayurveda aqui à escola, e convida a todos que tiverem a organizar algum evento para o dia do yoga no dia 21 de junho,
21 June, yes.
ok, para contactarem, porque podem receber algum apoio da Embaixada e ela vai deixar aqui os cartões de visita para quem desejar, pode encontrá-los aqui junto da equipa da Amayur.
And finally, I want to thank the Vereador for talking about recognizing Ayurveda formally in Portugal. I think it's very, very important. Firstly, to reduce the cost of public spending on health. It's like having health insurance. If everybody is in the state of sattva, can you imagine? Not only will we not need any doctors, there'll be no wars. If our consciousness is elevated to that level, there'll be only peace, happiness, joy in this world. So I request the municipality of Sintra to please talk to the government in Lisbon, and we are again there to help to make it possible, because then you make sure that the right people who are qualified to practice Ayurveda are practicing. You reduce the danger of people not doing it the right way. More and more people become aware of this line of treatment, preventive treatment that ensures good health. And I want to thank you for giving a very encouraging message on that. And finally, I just want to say that I don't know if all of you know, but Dr. Joaquim Jorge is also a wonderful artist. He has painted a stunning portrait of Lord Vishnu from a personal inspiration. And I'm very proud to tell you that that portrait hangs in our embassy. And it always reminds us of Amayur and of all the wonderful work you're doing, Dr. Joaquim. Muito obrigada. Thank you so much.